we switch over now? Or
Sure thing.
Ultra Deluxe 2D Mega Arcade Fighter?
Yes.
You gave us an early look at the game at Spielwarenmesse. The game was not out at the time. Now it is. While Nikki's shifting, I don't know if you want to talk about how the WizKids release schedule has changed. I know you've adjusted the release dates for many titles.
Yes,
due to lack of distribution.
We definitely pushed back a lot of titles. And we actually have activated our e-com site. So you'll be able to order Avalon and UD2D Ultra Deluxe now. It's sort of like an early release special for BGG. But yeah, it made it hard to release things, and obviously con premieres is difficult without cons, without the physical cons. So we're slowly doing that. We figure, we wanna, even though we absolutely support retailers consistently and constantly, this is a shifting business because of what's going on. So we're just offering, some other ways to get some games out there until, everything starts opening up more. But it's limited, right? A lot of distributor warehouses were closed. We had some in our warehouse. So it's tough, but we've opened up our e-com for at least these two games and a few others.
Okay. And are they starting to be distributed in stores? We had someone asking about distribution in the UK. I don't know if that's typical for WizKids.
I think as soon as distributors are open and start taking orders, absolutely, we'll start sending stuff out as we have them. We don't want to release like all the board games at once, like everybody else might and stuff, because it'll be just too much. So it'll be a few games here and there. And again, we've spread out the releases over the next few months and probably more into fall and early winter 2020. And certainly a lot of games have been pushed back to 2021.
Okay. And do you have a UK distribution or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have Devium or Asmodee UK does it. We use Blackfire in Germany. So we have several distributors serving Europe. Absolutely.
Okay, excellent. Oh, now we got an early look at this game. Now it's out.
Yes.
Review. It's a fighting game.
Yes, like an arcade combat game. Yes.
Yes, in which you represent a number of different crazy characters.
This one is more the 3 versus 3. Yeah, so it's not a single fighter versus single fighter. It's a team of 3 versus 3. There are 15 fighters in the game, and you will be able to draft a team of 3. Yes, we definitely went for the humor. Hopefully people do find it funny. You'll see some of them, even though some of them are upside down. You have like Amoeba Bandita, the Frankfurterer, Sergeant Giggles, the Mecha Pope, Count Bloodbeard. So a lot of it is for the humor, not only in the name, also in their attacks and their abilities. We double down on the humor there as well. You have the Cycloptopus. Shark Fist I happen to really love up there in the top left after Lolly. Shark Fist. He has a shark tied to his arm there. So that's Shark Fist. So yeah, some of the art as well, just playing fun. The Pogorilla, as you can see there. Yeah. So we have 15 different fighters, and it's a 2-player game where each player fields 3 fighters. One will be your frontline fighter. The other 2 become your sideline fighters. And normally when you attack, you damage your opponent's frontline fighter, but there are abilities that can affect sideline fighters. Plus, you can swap using an action or swap tokens. You can use actions to swap your frontline fighter with a sideline fighter and continue a combo, for example, to max out your damage there. What Nikki flipped over there we call button cards. So you'll see you have blue buttons, red buttons, yellow buttons. And if you notice on some of the fighters, like if you look at Shark Fist, for example, his first attack there requires blue. So you have 3 actions in a turn. One of them is start a combo, and that means playing 2 cards in order to activate an attack. You could string a combo, and what that means is you could play 1 card, and as long as it, so if you look, if I still have Shark Fist, if I play blue, I can do his first attack, but then I can do, I'll do a string combo, and all I have to do is play a red card, and then I can attack with his second attack, because if you notice, it starts with a blue, and I would have it there, and then I'm adding the red.
Right.
So by playing only 3 cards rather than 4, I was able to do 2 attacks, for example.
Okay. Otherwise, you can just choose any of the 3.
Yes, you could choose any of the 3. Yeah, you could do an ultimate attack if you wish, using the yellow line, and it usually costs you super tokens, which are those stars. I'm like pointing at the screen like you could see me doing that. The yellow, like everyone knows where I'm pointing. Yeah, like the yellow lines are the ultimate attacks. Those are they also require 2 buttons, but usually an expenditure of stars, and they do more funkier type of attacks or more damage. But yeah, you could start with that, absolutely. But one of the cool tricks you can do, and this is where the drafting sort of helps out, is, for example, let's say I want to do the blue Shark Fist first attack, but maybe I don't have a red card, but I have Lali, and she has a blue-yellow attack or another blue-blue attack, so I can use an action to swap her to the front line and then string combo off of my first 2 cards and now play a yellow card or another blue card and then do either her first or second attack, for example.
All right. Sounds good. 3 actions on a turn.
3 actions on a turn. Every fighter has 3 different attacks. They also have 2 abilities, which are color-coded. Green usually means you have to be there. It's a passive ability, and sometimes you have to be on the front line. Purple is can be triggered during an opponent's turn, and blue is triggered on your turn. And they usually cost super tokens. And super tokens can be gotten by an action. You can do a taunt action to gain some super tokens. And then there are other ways to get some abilities or attack effects will allow you to gain a super token or more after performing the attack. The button cards also have shields. You'll see some of them. So those are blocks. Those are incoming. Those are blocks that can be used to help prevent attacks. Actually, that's one thing. When you attack an opponent, if they take damage, they get a super token as a compensation. But usually, if you play a block card, that prevents you from taking a super token, even if damage has gone through. But at least you block some of the damage. And of course, all the fighters have a health value, and they get KO'd when you reach their heart value or exceed it. So they get KO'd, you're down to 2 fighters, you get down to 1 fighter, and the object is to knock out all 3 fighters of your opponent.
All right. There you go. Seems relatively straightforward in here.
Yes, absolutely. Indeed. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes to play. You'll see you have the super tokens, you have swap tokens. These allow you to swap your front line with your sideline fighters as a free action. They also allow you, I believe, you could expend either a super token or something, because you could draw extra cards on your turn, and the expenditure of a super token, I believe, allows you to draw an extra card, and I believe a swap token can be used as a block. And then the other tokens on the bottom there are damage markers that you place on the fighters.
Okay. Well, super. Thanks for the overview of those 2 games. Now, we have a few extra minutes. I don't know if you have more to say about that game, or move on to other questions.
So I actually said the name also wrong. It's Ultra Deluxe 2D Arcade. I mean, it's Arcade Mega Fighter. I thought I said that Mega Arcade Fighter, but it's Arcade Mega Fighter. Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, please. Yes, I believe there are 2 3s. Yes. Correct. So the one with the 2 colors. Yes, with the 2 colors, you orient them as to the color you wish. So that one, the 2 that you put down, or that one that's blue, that could be red or yellow. The other one could be played as a red button or a blue button. So you have a choice. So if you notice the single buttons, the blues, the yellow on the top, even because they're 1 button, they actually give you a resource when you play them. So if you look at the first blue or the 2 blue buttons up there, they each give you a super token. The single yellow token up there gives you a swap token when you play it. So a single button gives you a resource. The two color just gives you the option of the two, and then of course the block button gives you the option to play as an attack button or as a block. Correct. That's what you would do. So when you play it, you just orient it down with how you wish to play it.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Like you said, it's actually straightforward.
Okay. Someone, Rick Brett, just commenting, been a Zev fan since the Shadow Fist days.
Sweet. All right.
That goes back a ways.
That does go back a ways.
So what's interesting, I mean, we've covered these two games, is you have always had a very eclectic style in terms of what you publish. I mean, all through Z-Man and through WizKids, you never know. It's not like you have a particular focus on style of game or card game or anything. So I don't know what is your I don't know, acquisition strategy or?
Well, I guess I'm an eclectic gamer, right? I don't just play one type of game. I play many different games. I look for a hook. I look for something different. I look for something unique. I don't want to do the run-of-the-mill stuff. I don't want to follow what other people are doing. It has to speak to me in just a different way to hopefully make it stand out in the marketplace. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I have to like the game. I have to feel that there's a value to seeing this game published for some reason.
Right.
And as I said, I like many different types of games.
Okay. Is there a risk at doing too much? I know there's definitely, it's a crowded market. I don't know if there's concerns about that.
Yes. Of course, it's just being trying to rise above the crowd is a difficult thing. But because, and this is my feeling, because I do so many different things, I don't feel they cannibalize from each other, right? Like this fighter game is probably not going to capitalize from the Avalon game, which wouldn't capitalize from Bumuntu or Flotilla. You know what I mean? So I feel that
or the Great Cake Escape.
Or the Great Cake Escape, right? I mean, so I feel it just hits a different category. Sure, there's crossover, absolutely, but I just don't feel that it's, oh my God, this is, the 15th, science fiction 4X game that you've done, to me personally, not in aggregate. So I just feel that they're all different enough that they come out at different times that they would find appeal by the different groups of gamers out there.
Okay. Question from a user. Any chance of Shadowhunters ever coming back to market? Now, of course, that was a title from the Z-Man days. It's been gone. I don't know if you revisit older titles to see about acquiring them again. Okay.
I do, actually. I do. So what's interesting is in Japan, they actually re-released the game as Shadow Raiders. And I know this because I did pursue trying to get Shadowhunters back. I don't know what happened. We were in talks and it just didn't work out. They weren't ready or whatnot. It just didn't happen, but I still love the game. I know they changed it. I don't know how, I don't remember how greatly they changed it, but they did change it. So if it does come out, it's not going to be the same 100% Shadowhunters that you know.
Right.
But, I mean, so about revisiting games, we did announce we were bringing back Clash of Cultures. That was a game that, again, I did as Z-Man, and we're going to bring back as WizKids. We were scheduling it for this fall, but that's probably one of the casualties of this crisis, where it probably won't hit this fall. It will probably be early 2021. But it's something that we have revisited. And then there are a couple other games that we will be announcing that were in the Z-Man catalog at one point, but are now going to be in the WizKids catalog. So yeah, I do revisit.
Oh, interesting.
Games all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There should be like a contest. You have to have people guess what could possibly be coming back from the old days.
Sure.
Yes. Tales of the Arabian Nights, I know I've seen request for that coming back again.
Maybe.
Yeah.